The topic is norms. Why do we need norms? What are norms? Is it normal to have norms? Well, today we're about to explore the importance of norms in an online environment. So we want to be able to create, by the end of this unit, a set of norms in which we agree as a school and a set of norms that we agree as an online classroom. So we want to create these norms for a very successful virtual learning experience here at G2S. So when we look at trying to develop these norms, we want to really identify what is a norm. And we know that it's something that's probably pretty usual, typical, standard, but in essence it's a basic social pattern of what is really expected of a group. And when you think about norms in that sense, let's look at your life and my life. So norms for everyday life are all around us. From our families to families have kind of a set of norms in which how we conduct ourselves as a group. In my case, workplace, or in your case, maybe school could be your workplace. I have a set of norms that are important when we communicate as a group, because it doesn't matter what you do. In most cases, whether you're an entrepreneur working by yourself or with a corporation, a company, or a workplace group like I have, it's important to have a set of norms when you communicate with your clients, with your coworkers, or even your friends at school. And personal and even your own little, think about your friendships in which you have norms that you may not even know you established those. Or I have a set of personal norms that could also be interpreted as a set of systems in which I like to operate in my morning, or even how I try to grow with those norms. Norms give me structure and how I can operate in my personal life. And so society has a set of norms, and sometimes we break those down and they're supported by laws, mores, taboos. All those are defined within a set of norms. And in some cases, like right now, we have in COVID-19 executive order in the state of Michigan has set a standard of norms in which we must abide by, whether it's social distancing, cleanliness, traveling from home to home, place to place. There are a set of norms / rules that have been in place in an organization. So with that being said, I'm going to have you pause right now in your groups, and I want you to take a look at this humorous little rules of digital classrooms, and what is it? How do these norms apply to an online setting? This is actually a fun, humorous approach to norms, but you also, I hope you look at this short video, how we can establish our own set of norms in our own virtual learning. We'll be right back after you watch this. So I want you to hit pause, and we'll return to this webinar in just a moment. Okay, you're back. So I hope you had an opportunity to discuss the video, a little humorous, kind of the do's and don'ts of online learning through the eyes of a very young child. But think about us as middle school, high school students, how those can really be huge. And they are. There's a set of norms we have established here at G2S on our online platform. And also we want an opportunity for you as your own virtual situation where your teacher can set up a couple additional norms for yourself and your team. So in essence, we've agreed upon to a set of norms in which we want to move forward in our virtual setting. G2S Online Classroom Norms consist of, but not limited to, these three main pieces your teachers have been speaking about. Number one, we feel it's very important that you are ready to go. Find a quiet place, making sure all your other devices, you saw the humorous approach the young lady did with her devices, but no earbuds in your ear when you're, unless obviously you're plugged into either by Bluetooth, listening to the directions of your teacher, and collaboration and conversation going on with your classmates. It's important, though, that video cameras are on at all times. And your teacher will demonstrate to you in just a little bit about what does it mean to have a camera on. I mean, if I understand you don't want to see your face up close in person, but at least have the camera on where it's showing some of you, knowing that you are present in the room. And your teacher will take an opportunity today to kind of show you various little views of what it means to have your camera on. I know some of you don't feel like you like having it on, but just knowing that you're active and you're a participant in it is important for us to move forward in our virtual setting. Also, we feel it's important as a school that be respectful to all the voices in the room, and whether it is muting your devices when you're coming in, also being respectful to acknowledging, using some of the tools in Zoom you already know about, raising your hand, and share the space. It's more challenging in this virtual setting than it is in your face-to-face. You're going to have to work a lot harder at being respectful to all those voices, and using those tools in the Zoom when I talk about voices in the room, making your chats school appropriate only, having conversations. Those are all being respectful to voices and using the tools so we can expand upon number 3, and not only your voice, but using those Zoom tools in an appropriate way. At this time, we're going to pause, and this will be a great time for you and your teacher, you and your C-Team advisor and your classroom to create your own set of online classroom norms at this time. So we hope by the time you leave here today, you'll have an opportunity to add an additional 2 norms to this already existing classroom norms. Have some fun with it, and keep in mind that norms are important for us to establish a set of guidelines and principles in which we can work in a positive manner as we work towards being Wolfpack strong. Until next time, this is Mr. Q. Hey, stay connected.